Hello everyone. We will proceed with 7th chapter Handicrafts and Handlooms. Today we will start part 2 of the chapter. Today we will discuss about handloom weavers in Pochampally, tools, stages of weaving a sari, dyeing yarn, wrap and weft. Handloom weavers in Pochampally. Pochampally is a small town in Yadadri district in Telangana. The weavers here produce unique saris called Ikkat sari, which are world famous. Ikkat is a term used for a particular style in which cloth is dyed, also often referred to Bandhani or Pochampally itself. They are high quality silk saris containing simple geometrical designs and available mostly in 3 colors and shades. There are nearly 10,000 weaving families in 100 neighboring villages involved in this craft. Pochampally is a village in Yadadri district where these saris are made. These saris are known as Ikkat saris or Pochampally saris or Bandhani saris. They are of high quality silk and it contains geometrical designs, and mostly these saris are in 3 colors or shades. There are nearly 10,000 families in 100 neighboring villages of Pochampally making saris. Pochampally saris have a unique design and color which is quite distinct from other silk saris. That is why it is the first handloom cloth patent in India. This means no other producer of handloom saris in the world can sell saris in the name of Pochampally Ikkat saris. Only those saris that are produced in Pochampally and its surrounding villages can be sold with this brand name. These saris are sold in India and abroad at higher prices. Now Pochampally saris, they have unique designs and which is not similar to other silk saris, and because of this these Pochampally saris are patent. That is, this word Pochampally Ikkat saris cannot be used by any company in the world and produce any type of cloth. And these saris are sold at very high prices in India and abroad. Here you can see the picture where a person is weaving. Here the pattern of saris are there. To make silk saris, you need raw material like silk yarn, colors and cotton thread. They are not produced by weavers. They buy them from market. Silkworms from which silk yarn is made grow on mulberry leaves. Rearing of silkworm is taken up by small farmers. Cotton is produced in farms and is made into thread either in factories or as a household craft. Colors are often made in factories. Weavers buy yarn and colors from the market. Now, to make silk sari, raw material is required. Firstly, silk yarn is required, colors and cotton thread. Now, weavers, they don't produce these things, rather they purchase it from the market. But silk is grown or silk is cultivated or it is grown on mulberry leaves. Silkworms, they grow on mulberry leaves, and rearing of silkworm is done by farmers. Cotton is also produced in farms and their thread is made in factories or in household. So weavers have to buy the thread and the colors from the market. Tools required, it is weavers own a wooden loom which is the main tool required for weaving. Apart from it, they also use small knives. For weavers, it is also important to know the plan of the design to weave a sari. So, weavers, they require wooden loom. Wooden loom means a big wooden frame is there which is required to make saris. Then they use small knives and they make patterns. If you look at the sari, you will notice that there are very intricate designs on them. These designs are marked on special sheets of paper with specific notations. Weavers also follow them without making errors. With years of practice, they even develop new designs. Stages of weaving saris. There are different stages of weaving a sari. The first is preparing the yarn. Silk yarn is wound on bobbin. These yarns are then marked with designs. These markings of the designs help the weaver to identify what colors need to be dyed into which part of the yarn. Dyeing the yarn is a long repeated process. Each color needs to be dyed separately and dried one after the other. Only when the coloring is completed, the thread can be used for weaving. Now, stages of sari. There are different stages where sari is woven. First is preparing yarn. So, silk is wound on bobbin. Bobbin is a long circular cylindrical thing around which the thread is wounded. These yarns are marked with designs, and sari makers, they use the yarn and they color the yarn by dyeing, and the color needs to be dyed separately. Each yarn is dyed separately and then weaving is done. Here you can see the picture where yarns are colored. How coloring is done. This is pitloom or the frame or the main tool used for weaving the sari. Here you can see a person using pitloom to weave the sari. Here also you can see how they are making designs. Dyeing yarn. For dyeing, the silk yarn is taken off, but when it becomes dry, it is stretched, partly opened and tied again for dyeing. This process is repeated several times. For making saris in different colors and shades, different methods of dyeing are followed. The red and brown shades between white and black colors are printed using alizarin dyes. For this, the yarn is first soaked in a mixture of castor oil and alkaline earth, then dried, soaked again, dipped in alizarin paste, and finally boiled till it becomes red. For brown shades, iron fillings are added to the color. Dissolving iron fillings in vinegar produces black color. So, first dyeing of yarn is done. They use various colors to color the thread. Here you can see various yarns which are already colored or dyed. Here you can see on a bobbin how they have wounded the thread. Various colors of threads are wounded on the bobbin. Now, warp and weft. Cloth has threads passing from top to bottom and sideways. Warp is the yarn that goes from top to bottom, and weft is the yarn that goes from left to right. Here you can see how weaving is done using warp and weft. Here again you can see a wooden loom where cloth is woven, and you can see horizontal and vertical threads. That is warp and weft. Now again here they have given a description of the family who is weaving saris. Jagathaiya is a resident of Pochampalli. All his family members, he, his wife, his son and daughter-in-law work as weavers. When we visited his house, we found all members of the family engaged in different tasks. While he was winding yarn, his son Murli was engaged in weaving on the maggam pitloom. set up inside the house. So Jagatayya is a resident of Pochampalli village and his entire family is involved in weaving the sari. While Jagatayya is winding yarn, his son Murli is engaged in weaving on Maggam. Maggam is the pit loom, the big wooden frame. Other tools such as Chitkasu, it is a curved frame made of weft ikat with pegs on which the weft threads are grouped and tied for dyeing. Pinni is reed. Achu means head shaft. Thread and rubber tubing were used for different tasks in producing ikat saris. Most of the tools are made up of wood. Since he has grown old, Jagatayya spends most of his time winding yarn and his son weaves on the loom. Jagatayya's wife and daughter-in-law do bobbin winding. Jagatayya's grandchildren are studying in schools. There is some work like wrapping done collectively by a group of weavers on sheets outside the house. So various tools are used and Jagatayya's entire family is involved in weaving the sari. His son Murli brings all the raw material, dyed silk yarn, zari and designs from master weaver and sometimes from cooperative society of which he is a member. Jagatayya gets all the raw material at a time to weave 8 saris. The whole family has to work for 12 to 15 hours a day for nearly 50 days to weave 8 saris. They get about rupees 1200 per sari for the work. Weaving sari is a hereditary occupation for Jagatayya's family. The income Jagatayya's family makes from weaving ikat saris is insufficient to run the family. Now Jagatayya's son is Murli and he brings all the raw material from cooperative society or from another weaver or master weaver and he brings raw material to make 8 saris and whole family works for around 12 to 15 hours a day and they take around 50 days to weave 8 saris. They get around rupees 1200 per sari and weaving sari is hereditary occupation for Jagatayya. An income of this family makes from weaving ikat saris and that is not sufficient to run the family. Between March and May, Jagatayya's family is able to weave only for a few hours a day. If the temperature is high, the thread will get cut. The whole family works only till afternoon during these days. Women are distressed and they have to do not only weaving but also household chores like cooking food, fetching water and preparing children to go to school. So between March and May, when it is summer season, the temperature is high and because of high temperature the thread breaks, so they are unable to weave the sari. So they weave only during morning hours. And the ladies or the female members of the house are overstressed with the work because they help in weaving also, plus they manage household work also like cooking food, fetching water, preparing children to go to school, etc. Earlier, Jagatayya's family used to weave only for the cooperative society. The cooperative society provide financial assistance through insurance in case of unexpected illness or death in the weaver's family. They also help in getting loans for construction of houses. Nowadays, the cooperative society does not give sufficient work, so they have to look for additional sources of income to run their families. Now, earlier, Jagatayya's family was weaving saris only through cooperative societies, and cooperative societies in return used to give them some financial support, like some money they used to give when they are ill or in case of death of any family member. But the cooperative societies also gave them loans to construct the houses. But now these cooperative societies are not giving them sufficient income, so They look for some other sources to get some money. Since a master weaver in Pochampalli agreed to give work and remuneration, Jagatayya's family began weaving ikkat saris for the master weaver. Jagatayya has not given up the membership of cooperative society with the hope that it will improve its functioning in future. So now Jagatayya's family is not working for cooperative society because they are not getting sufficient money. Now they are working for a master weaver, and master weaver agreed to give them remuneration, that is some money, for weaving saris. Here again you can see how they weave saris. Here this is a pitloom or a wooden frame where sari is woven. Here also you can see pitloom. Here also you can see a different shape of pitloom where saris are woven. Here small one you can see a needle like thing which is shaft, which is used, it is a tool used to making the sari. Now today we have learned about handloom weavers in Pochampalli, tools, stages of weaving a sari, dyeing yarn, warp and weft. For homework, write a note on Pochampalli saris. Please write the answer in minimum 10 points. Name the tools used in weaving a sari. Explain the process of dyeing a yarn. Please write the answers in your homework book and send the pics to me. Thank you.